I can speak to you about Obamacare with this face, the face of a liar, or I can use my own face, which is a face that likes to help people and tell people the real situation, what's really going on with Obamacare. Yesterday, I was inspired to try and get some kind of video out to help people with Obamacare. As I sat at the treatment center for my own chemotherapy yesterday, I looked around and saw the many people that don't know what is even going on with Obamacare. They think they're getting into plans that are going to be cheaper. They don't know what plans to choose, and it's just an all around crazy situation. Then I go to a fundraiser last night, which is run by John Thiessen for children with cancer, and there's many supporters there and trying to raise funds for John so that he can help these children. And as I look around, I realize that most of these people here, they don't know about insurance either. And I know a lot of the children go to Sloan Kettering for their treatments. And now that Obamacare is coming into effect, I heard that Sloan wasn't going to accept any insurance from Obamacare, but that changed now. I went on their website and I found out that they will accept three plans. They will accept Republic, Oscar, and United. So you need to have one of these plans in order to continue your treatment at Sloan Kettering. Most people don't have these plans. A lot of people have other plans because I don't know. I never heard of Oscar, so I don't know. It just could be that I never heard of Oscar. But as we all know, Mr. Obama just keeps giving us one lie after another. Mr. Obama had stated in the beginning, if we liked our doctors, we liked our hospitals, we can keep them. Unfortunately, we all know now that was one big ass lie. Then Mr. Obama stated something else about a little girl in Arizona being able to get the heart surgery she needed because her benefits can never be exhausted. Well, there's another lie because I know women have always had a problem with insurance companies while going through breast cancer. It's not a new thing. It's something that's been around for a while. But unfortunately, it's getting worse for us now. There are a lot of testing that these companies don't want to allow for women, and they have to go through appeal after appeal. By the time they finish with their appeals, they're in a different stage of cancer, or their cancer has traveled somewhere else. So really what's going on is really not really the greatest for these women. Then we have Mr. Obama saying the other day that the bottom line is that this law is working and will work in the future. Well, I don't know who it's working for because I haven't really seen anybody claiming that it is working. I watched a segment the other day of Giuliani stating how this website was really totally built wrong. It was built from the top to the bottom. You have to build a website from the bottom up. And unfortunately, no one thought about putting security into this website. So now we have all of the people's information out there where other people can obtain our private records. And it's really unfair. How do you build a website without security in it? How do you even build a website that you know is not going to work properly, but you continue building it? Where you got these people from to build this website, Mr. Obama, is beyond me. But I don't know what you were thinking when you chose these people to build this website for you. Unfortunately, you just continue to lie to us on a daily basis. The other day I read something where you were trying to compare the challenges associated with signing up for Obamacare with the Women's Suffrage Act, the Civil Rights Movement, and union organization. How the hell does Obamacare come anywhere close to the challenges that were faced in the past? Obamacare is some bill that you decided to put out there to ruin our lives. I don't know how you expected it to be better. I thought we lived in a country where we were free to choose what we wanted. You come up with an idea that states that our health insurance is not adequate enough. Who's it not adequate for? Was it you? You get whatever you want. My insurance was fine. I paid my monthly premiums, paid my co-payments, Everything I needed was covered. I didn't need to be terminated and have to pick one of your new plans that is not going to be any cheaper for me. Now, anyone that goes to pick the bronze plan, you better be very careful. Bronze plans have family deductibles of $12,000. Now you tell me who can afford a $12,000 deductible on a yearly basis. I know I can't. And then have to pay a co-insurance where you're going to be paying half of your medical costs. So anyone that has an illness and has to see doctors on a regular basis, they can't afford to take the bronze plan. For myself, I had to choose the platinum plan because of me having cancer and going for chemo every month. That was the most reasonable plan for me to choose. So I choose this platinum plan. I'll have a higher premium. I'll have higher co-payments, but I won't have any deductibles. And then we come to the prescription part of the plan. My prescriptions will be going up. What I used to pay $10 for, I will now be paying anywhere from $30 to $60 for, because they fall into different tiers. There's tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3. I really didn't ask to be on chemo medication, but I don't have a choice, and that doesn't fall into tier 1. I don't know why, but it falls into a tier 2 category for some reason. I guess the pharmaceutical companies, they have to make their money, and Obama chooses not to go after them, where they're the real crooks. And then we have doctors that are being bought up by different organizations such as ProHealth, North Shore, the Catholic Hospital Services. And these doctors have to produce a certain amount of patients. They're not getting paid. They're getting paid on a salary-based kind of thing now. And it's really ridiculous because there are a lot of doctors that are going to be dropping out. And they're not going to accept any insurance. So what are we going to be left with? As a cancer patient, you're fighting for your life. You do not want to go and fight for insurance too. There are days you come home where you think that this is going to be the end for you. And you want the best. I feel my doctor is the best. I've used him for 7 years and I wouldn't change him for anything. If it meant me selling my house or taking my children's college funds, I guess it's one thing I'd have to consider because my children need a mom. And I'm not going to give up my life because Mr. Obama decided that we need to take this crap insurance that he's put out there. Yeah, I agree that people do need to have insurance and some people can't afford it, but there should have been a different way to go about this. I shouldn't have to pay for someone that doesn't work and doesn't even try to make money to pay for their own insurance. Yes, insurance is expensive, but my husband works 7 days a week to pay for our insurance. Not only is our economy being affected by this, I mean, people are losing their jobs because they're going to cut the work hours to part-time so they don't have to give insurance to people. And they're also cutting out family plans where only the person working is going to get the insurance, so then you have to go out and buy a plan for your family too. The younger generation is not going to go and agree to pay these premiums and pay these high co-payments when they're healthy. We already know that there's many of these people that have stated they are going to take the penalty. And there's many major corporations that are going to take the penalty instead of having to pay the kind of premiums they have to pay now for insurance. So, Mr. Obama, I don't know what the hell you're thinking. You have your sidekick Pelosi that's a waste of human life, where on one hand, you're saying that the website was a mistake and there were mistakes built in, and she's still trying to sell us that this is like the greatest plan on earth. Well, I think you two should get yourselves together. Miss Pelosi is just a waste of human life. I don't even know where you came from or what you're trying to do here, but all I do know is you're trying to ruin the United States citizens. You want to force things upon us that we don't need. I thought we lived in a country that we were free to choose what we want. But unfortunately, you're trying to change all that. And it's not sitting well with a lot of us. You had your moron Mrs. Pelosi get people to sign the bill without even reading it. Who makes a bill that's over 1,900 pages to read? Who's going to sit down and read that bill? You did it on purpose, so you knew people wouldn't read the bill and you could put whatever you want into it. Well, now people are beginning to wake up and they're realizing how you're screwing us over. You don't care about the citizens of the United States. You care about yourself, and damn, I would not want such a bill named after me. I wouldn't want this bill that's failing every place named Obamacare. You're going to go out with such a bad rating that it's going to be unbelievable. You're going to be the worst president to go out in history. And I can't wait for that day that you are no longer our president. So in the meantime, on behalf of myself and many other cancer patients and many other people that have illnesses that require treatment on a monthly basis and that require them to go to doctors more frequent than other people, I want to thank you. And I also want to thank you for taking the chance away for people that do have cancer, that are fighting for their lives, and now taking away their hope and dreams of continuing to survive. See, cancer was considered a death sentence years ago. Now it's considered a chronic illness. And you are taking that chance away from us. And I think you knew what you were doing when you planned this whole damn ridiculous Obamacare. So, Mr. President, in my opinion, I think it's time for you to step down or just to come out clean and say you made a mistake and do something about this Obamacare, because you're hurting millions of people. I, for one, will fight because I am a believer and I fight for what I believe in. I fought for 7 years to live with cancer. I believe in what I fight for, and I'm going to continue to fight. I'm going to do everything in my power to let people know the truth about your crazy ass plan that you have put out there for us. See, I know many women with cancer, and these women are being denied services thanks to you. Okay, yes, it's been a problem in the past, but now there are more and more services that are being denied to these women. What makes it right? What makes it okay for a man to go get a PSA test without being authorized for, but a woman can't go get a BRCA test or an Oncotype test to see what kind of treatment she needs and what would be the best treatment for her? Why, Mr. Obama? Why do you do this to people? Why don't you force insurance companies to start covering people for what they really need, instead of putting people's lives on the line and not giving them the correct treatment they do need? I, for one, did not vote for you, and I thank God for that every day. At least I have a clear conscience knowing I didn't want to choose you for a president. And for the people that do believe your insurance is okay, when it starts to hit them in the pocket, I want to see what they believe in then. Okay? Yeah, it's very nice that everybody can have insurance, but not everybody will have insurance under your plan. Your plan sucks. You suck. And you should just take yourself and go back to wherever the hell you came from and just get out of here, because you are ruining our country. You are taking our freedom away. So good luck to you with your Obamacare. And once again, thank you for taking the hope away of plenty of men, women, and children that are trying to fight for their lives by living with cancer. You're taking all our hopes away. And I hope that's something you're very proud of, because you really don't really seem to give a shit about the United States citizens. Have a nice day, Mr. Obama.